Hello fragrance family, this is Tracy with the 3-Wick Thesis candle channel. Today I have for us a Goose Creek haul. I have a lot of Goose Creek hauls. I have 3 that are right here just waiting to be recorded. I also have another one on the way. I did order the new fragrances from all of the new collection releases that have happened in the past couple of weeks. I don't actually know which one this is. We're gonna find out together. I'm going to do these a little bit differently than I normally would. Usually I would give you a cold impression and then follow that the next day with a lit review. I'm just jumping right to the lit review. These videos are going to have the cold impression first, and then the second half of the video is going to be the lit review after I've already burned them. It will help move my channel content along a little bit. I just don't have the bandwidth without spamming you all, which I don't want to spam you. I've subscribed to reviewers who post a lot of videos every day and it overwhelms my feed and I end up unsubscribing. I don't want that to happen with y'all. So I'm going to just combine them. They're going to be longer videos, but you can move around. You can hover your mouse if you're on a browser, or you can also look in the description and use the chapter notes to jump around if you just want to get to warm impressions, my final ranking. You do you. Click around as much as you want. All right, I'm going to go ahead and unbox this, and I'm going to see which collection we have in this box. Okay, really excited about this one. Glad I unboxed this one first. This is the new garden collection that launched, I want to say about a week ago. I ordered this the day it came out, and this arrived on Friday. That was like a 5-day turnaround for Goose Creek. That's the fastest I've ever received a shipment. And they're in, what, Kentucky? I'm on the West Coast. That's super quick. That means the other 2 shipments I have are going to be the more neutral jar style line that came out with the, what is it, like clean girl vibes or whatever it was called. And then the other one is going to be the Hawaiian line. I'll have those 2 out in the next few days as well. But happy to have this one. I do have, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7 from this collection, but I think there was actually 9 total. Yeah, there was 9. So there were a few I didn't pick up just because I know I'm not going to like them. I did make sure to snag all of the fragrances that are new to Goose Creek so that you all have insight. And then the other ones are ones that are new to me, so you'll still get my first impressions, but these might be ones that are familiar to you if you've shopped Goose Creek for the last year. So let's start with this first one here. This one is a new fragrance. Basket of berries. Love the jars on these. Let me see if I can get closer so you all can see the detail. So you've got kind of this insect vibe going on. There's an insect there, and then there's florals, some fungus, like daffodils, mushrooms, some ferns. Gorgeous. And then the jar is purple, but there's also a label on this, y'all, that almost gives it like a shimmer look. So I think the label is the same color as the glass, but it just adds kind of a shimmer to the jar. And then we have a black lid that's kind of glossy. Wax is white. These are, just looks like thin stiff. Those might be core. They're not clearly core, but they're definitely like thinner, stiffer wicks on this. Scent notes are, ooh, I can smell the berries already. Forest blackberries, woodland greens, and sheer musk. Really light on cold. The blackberry is juicy and tart at the same time. It's almost tart like a raspberry, but juicy like a blackberry. You get the musk. This actually reminds me quite a bit of the Scooby-Doo, was that On the Road to Mystery, that had the blackberry and there was a musky note in it. I'll put a picture of it up here. Very similar, but this one smells less strong. Yeah, beautiful, fruity, warm, just kind of simple, but also just gorgeous. Love it. I had to cut the video because my neighbor kid is out playing on her patio and she's screaming in such a way that almost sounds like a female cat in heat and also like somebody is being murdered. I didn't want that to come through on the mic. It might still come through. I'm just going to do some like AI editing and try to get the background noise out of the video. But if you pick up on any of that, it's just where I live. It's just my life. Next one is Ladybug Lane. This is also a new fragrance from Goose Creek. Love the jar on this. Now on the website it looked much more red. This is almost like a blood red in person. It looks a little bit more orange on the camera. I would put this as like a mix between like a burnt sienna and like a blood red. It is beautiful. I love the florals, the detail on that. There's also the little ladybug at the top. Just really, really pretty. Same lid, same wax, same wicks. This one is Orchard Peach, Red Raspberries, and Fresh Wildflowers. This reminds me of something. It's also kind of weak. Very body care, a little bit perfumey, probably coming from the brightness, the sharpness of the peach and the raspberry with the wildflowers. It reminds me a little bit of gingham. I think it's that peach note that's in there that's very similar. And maybe how it's blending with the florals. Yeah, it feels very gingham-esque. It's like fruity and florally and perfumey all at the same time. Very light though. Hopefully that comes to life a little bit more on warm, because otherwise that's not going to have much throw. Next one, Frogs on Lilypads. Oh, this jar is gorgeous too. It's like a grayish blue, my type of thing. Let's see if this one's a new one or not. I don't remember. Yeah, this one's new. Frogs on Lilypad is a new fragrance from Goose Creek. Scent notes are water lilies, English bluebells, and crystal waters. Oh, that's beautiful. Aquatic, floral, and water lily. I like water lily as a floral because you get just like a hint of sharpness, almost like a white floral that's been balanced a little bit with some green. So it's just very fresh, very aquatic, with just a little bit of sharpness in there with these more like watery fragrances. I'm guessing it's like a bergamot that's in here, but not a sharp one. It's just kind of warm and just feels fresh. Oh, that's gorgeous. And the bluebells, I would expect bluebells can be really strong and also very like white floral sharp. It's in there, but it's not overbearing. Who knows? It might really ramp up on warm, but on cold, it's very pleasant. So you've got some bluebells there. I love the little frog. Oh my gosh, it's a blue frog, but adorable. Yeah, same lid, same wax, same wicks. Next one, Butterfly Garden. This one is a returning fragrance, but new to me. It's got the little butterfly at the top, some florals on each side. This one is coming through as a red on the camera. It's kind of like a reddish pink. So a little bit more pink than the Ladybug. I feel like the Ladybug one, let's do a side by side. Ladybug one, I feel like has more brown in it, whereas the Butterfly Garden has like more pink. But both are red. Apple blossoms, white jasmine, and creamy coconut milk. That's really nice too. Coconut forward. Not necessarily sunscreen coconut, but right on the cusp. You get like an earthiness from the coconut. It feels a little bit nutty, but it also does feel creamy. I'm guessing that's why they added the milk note there. The jasmine is really pleasant. It is sharp. You do get a sense of a white floral, but the coconut is so earthy and grounded that it blends really nicely with it. What's the bright? There's like a freshness. That must be the apple blossom. There's something like juicy coming through, but there's not. I was like, is there? It almost feels like an orange type of juicy, but it must be the apple blossom. Yeah, you could tell me there's like a melon note in here or like something berry, fruity, and I would believe you. It's not on here, but there's something that almost smells fruity or like melon-like in there. It's really pretty. Well balanced. I think it does a good job of not going the way of sunscreen and not going too sharp white floral. It's just really meets in the middle in a beautiful way. I'm happy about this one. This will make a nice spring to summer transition candle with those two kind of balancing each other out. The coconut feels more summer, but the florals feel more spring. Lavender Twilight is also a returning fragrance. Now, Summer over at the Fragrance Junkie channel told me that she got this last year and that the throw was pretty light. But I loved the jar color and I love lavender stuff, so I went ahead and snagged it. Even if it is light, I'll just keep it on my desk. Sorry for all that dust, y'all. This is just like, it's like staticky. The cardboard dust from the box, it just sticks to it. It's got the little firefly up here, or dragonfly. That's a dragonfly. And then the florals. Same wax. This one has core wicks. Same lid. Oh, that's really pleasant. I get the blueberry. Yes. Sugared lavender, wild blueberries, and vanilla clouds. Oh my goodness. I could sit here and smell this all day. The blueberry is fresh. It's juicy. It's blueberry dominant. I get blueberry first. The lavender is in there too. It just adds like this hint of floral sweetness. I don't get it strong on cold at all. Oh, this is beautiful. This almost feels like a blueberry body spray. If Bath & Body Works came out with a body spray that smelled like this, I would wear it. They had the blueberry bundt cake last year, but that was too gourmand for me. This is like almost like a perfumey blueberry, but it's not too overpowering in terms of the perfume realm. You just get a little bit of that floral from the lavender. The vanilla helps make it feel a little bit creamy, and then that blueberry is just bursting with juicy blueberry love. Oh, yum. Cannot wait for that. Y'all, snag that. If you like blueberry and you like lavender, I would just keep that at my desk and sniff it, even if it has no throw. I would just smell the candle. It's that good. Honeybee Hollow. This is a new one from Goose Creek. Got the little honeybee at the top here. Got some daffodils, some white florals on the label. This is more of a honey colored jar. I think that's appropriate given the scent name. This one has the kind of thin, stiffer wicks, but also kind of medium in size. They're the ones that are coated in wax. Yeah, those are more ropey. Maybe those are more medium ropey. They're not the really thin ones that curl, and they're not the core. This one is wild honey, vanilla bean, and amber woods. You know, I didn't think I would like this one. I don't often like honey. Amber can be really sharp, especially I saw that woods note and was like, ugh. I like it though. It's warm. The honey comes through. It's sweet, but it's not too bright or sharp. I sometimes feel like the honey, especially like Bath & Body Works honey, it comes through with this, it's almost like it's confused about whether or not it should be sharp and bright or like ooey gooey sweet, and then it just ends up being kind of this weird combination. And this just smells like legit like wildflower honey. And I get wildflower honey quite a bit where I live here on the West Coast, and it smells like some of the stuff I've bought from my local like beekeepers. The amber is in there, but it's more of an earthy amber. It's not too sharp or too high-pitched. And I feel like it helps to ground it with the vanilla bean. The vanilla bean is pretty strong, which worries me a little bit about how this will be on warm, because vanilla bean tends to not throw very well. And if I'm getting it on cold, that doesn't mean it's going to exist on warm. Yeah, again, just super well balanced. You get kind of this like sweet warmth from the vanilla. The amber's in there to tune it up just a little bit, and then the wildflower honey is just like this perfect balance of sweetness with a little bit of sharpness. Gorgeous. Another one I can't wait to burn. And then the last one I snagged in that collection is the Firefly Fields. This one, also a new fragrance. Look at that green jar. Summer, I'm thinking of you. You will love this jar. Kind of just like a forest green. Again, you've got the florals. There's the firefly at the top. Scent notes are glowing vanilla, radiant woods, and warm amber. I'm actually curious now how these will smell side by side. This one, these are definitely thinner, stiffer wicks, but still not core. White wax. This one, yeah, I'm already smelling it. It's kind of stinky. It's weak though. The amber in this one is much sharper. What is in this? It's got to be the woods note. There's something in here that smells, it's like borderline cologne-y, but oddly smells almost minty or like eucalyptus at the same time. It's almost like a basil. There's something earthy, green, but also kind of cologne-y. I'm not describing it well. I've never smelled a candle like this, and that's not to say this is super original. I've only been really seriously into candle, like an enthusiast, for the last six months. We're up to like 8 months now. But I'm trying to put my finger on what it is I'm smelling, and my brain can't calculate. So yeah, there's something in it that's almost like minty, but it's also kind of cologne-y. I assume that's coming from that woods note. The amber is in there. It's a sharper amber than this one. This one is much more earthy and warm. This one feels a little bit more airy, effervescent, astringent. I'm trying to pull out all the words. I'm hoping when it warms it'll make more sense to me. It's different. If you like sharp, you like amber, you like things that go on the verge of cologne-y, you'd probably like that one. It's a good scent. I just don't know if I'm going to like it with the cologne vibe I'm getting. All right, I'm going to go burn these, and I'll be right back to give you those updates. Okay, y'all, back with my post-burn analysis. Let me start by saying these are all phenomenal fragrances. I did not expect to like them all. I thought for sure there was going to be 2 or 3 that I was like meh about. Nope. I love them all, and having a little bit of FOMO about not having the entire collection. Although the moss note in that one, the willow tree, just, oh, I don't know. Maybe it'll end up in a future cart. I did want to share with you my kind of first warm impressions, talk a little bit about how those come to life and evolve, and then also show you some footage of them burning so you get a feel for the aesthetic, and talk about throw, and then I'll conclude with kind of a ranking of where I would put these in order of most favorite to least, but happy to have all of these in my collection. So none of them are like return level, never again fragrances. There is probably one I wouldn't rebuy, but that's just taste, not because it's a bad candle. So I'm going to go in the same order as the cold impression. So Basket of Berries was the first one with the cold impression. My wax on this is still just a little bit gelatinous. I burnt this a second time this morning, lit it up again. I was doing berry fragrances and thought it would mesh really well. It did, but I will say low throw on this one. So the cold impression was low, the warm impression is low. I would plan on burning that Basket of Berries in a smaller room or pair it with other berry fragrances. I had it going with Goose Creek's Peter Rabbit Raspberry and the rain-soaked, the strawberry one that just came out recently from Goose Creek. And it did well with those two, but standalone, it's pretty mellow. So let me see what else I have in my notes for Basket of Berries. So on warm, you get both the brightness and the juiciness from the berries. There is a sort of like floral greens that comes through on warm. It does remind me a little bit of like the green note that's in the Perfect Rose. Personally, I like it, but there's also kind of an essence of, I don't know if body care is the right term. It does feel a little bit body care, and then that green note also feels inedible. So you're mixing like a fruity edible fragrance with more of like a body care green note that's inedible. So if you don't like mixing those two, then I would say stay away from this one. I personally liked the way that it played out. I would not consider this at all any sort of gourmand candle, although it is still like a warm, creamy, fruity scent. Really enjoyed it. Would probably repurchase it. Not high on my repurchase list. It's not a no-buy list. It's just there's a lot of berry, and there's berries with better throw. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, the second one that I cold impressioned was the Ladybug Lane. This one, also low throw. This is the one that has the peach in it. Felt kind of body care perfumey. Reminds me a little bit of some of the gingham fragrances from Bath and Body Works. On warm, you definitely get the brightness from that peach. It's not too sharp. It's just enough to add a little bit of like sway towards the bright, sharp notes in it. But then the peach at the same time is also kind of warm and juicy and fruity, paired with the, there's like a floral note in here. What's the floral note again? Wildflowers. Yeah, so the wildflowers are also just a little bit sharp, but something in here reads warm to me. I'm not sure what it is. The florals almost come across, which would make sense if they're wildflowers. They come across as almost like a sweet, almost like there's like a nectar in there somewhere, like a wildflower nectar. So you get the sharpness and the tartness from the peach and the raspberry, but then you get a little bit of sweetness and brightness from the floral. And it ends up being really well rounded. The problem is I just couldn't smell it very well. And all of these I tested in the same room. It's in my converted garage that's an office space. So it is a very closed space. There's no windows. The door has been sealed off. So you don't get much airflow. You would know whether or not a candle was going to throw in that space. And this one, along with the berry basket of berries and one other one I'll get to, not super good throw. This one better than the other two I'm going to talk about, but definitely would not fill an open concept. It wasn't that strong. Okay, let's see. Do I have any other notes on this one? No. Low throw, bright sweet, warm peach, tart raspberry, floral, almost sweet, balanced with sharpness. Okay, I think I covered all those. Let's see. Frogs on lily pads. Frogs on lily pads. Y'all, beautiful. Okay, not a one-for-one. Not a dupe, but if you liked Disney Princess's Tiana, you would like Frogs on Lily Pads. Or Frogs on Lily Pads. It has a green note in it, and it's also aquatic. It's almost like the Tiana fragrance had this like perfumey green. Some people really didn't like it. It was a polarizing fragrance. But it felt almost mysterious to me. Like you sniff it and you're like, what am I smelling? It's like floral and fresh and green and aquatic, and your brain kind of has to do some mental gymnastics to grasp the fragrance. And I feel like I had the same experience with this one. It's green. You get the fact that it's an aquatic. That's that water lily coming through, and it's just gorgeous. It has a little bit of like a white floral note, but mostly this is a green aquatic note with some florals. It did have good throw. I was very happy about that. This was one where I walked down and was like, ooh, this one's throwing. So if you liked Tiana, you like aquatic green mixes, go with this one. Absolutely beautiful. If I didn't already have a Tiana backup that I was planning on burning this summer, I would buy another one of these. This one will be burning this summer with my Tiana candle. They're going to pair well, really well with each other. And I might just burn through one and then the other one in the same rotation. Love that one. Next one is Lavender Twilight. That's the one with the, blue Butterfly Garden is next. This one is the one that has, the coconut in it. Yes. Okay, so this one, first and foremost, this is a coconut candle. It's a creamy coconut. I wouldn't say that it goes the way of sunscreen. It's definitely more of a natural, creamy, milky coconut that has hints of floral in it. And the floral note in this one is jasmine and apple blossoms. Now with jasmine, I normally get a sharpness. This is toned down quite a bit, and I think it's really well balanced by that coconut earthy note that's in here and the creamy note. Yeah, I said bright but well balanced. I feel like I compared this to like Sunny Coconut, the new one I just got from, it's not a new fragrance, but new to me, from the White Barn. That one is more coconut heavy. This one definitely has more floral than that one. So if you don't like white floral jasmine with coconut, skip this one. Although I will say the jasmine is really toned down in this one. I'm not a huge fan of coconut candles, so you'll see this one didn't rank really high. It's not because it's not a good candle. I'm just not that much of a coconut fan. I also have way too many coconut candles going into this summer, so I would not be repurchasing this one, and this is going to be a one and done for me. I do like it, but it's just not, it didn't wow me. The other thing I'll note about this is the name bugged me. So, I don't know. I see Butterfly Garden and I think of spring fragrances. I think of just a mix of like flower bed flowers. Jasmine, at least where I'm at, kind of grows like a weed. It's everywhere. It's in like everybody's yard. It grows really well. And coconut is like a tropical fruit. Yes, coconut is fruit. It just didn't feel spring to me. It didn't feel garden to me. So I think I struggled with the mental conception of what I thought butterfly gardens would smell like and what this really is. This is, I mean, it feels like a tropical coconut candle. It belongs in a summer collection somewhere. So I like it, but was surprised that it's in this collection and specifically called Butterfly Garden. Because the rest of these all kind of get at like woodsy notes, and this just felt like summer beach vibe. I don't know. That I don't like. It doesn't belong in this collection. It just doesn't belong here. Lavender Twilight's the next one. Loved this one on warm. Sad to say that summer is correct. The throw on this is really light. I put really light throw on here. So this one is on warm, mostly, it's a blueberry candle. You get the juiciness, you get the fruitiness, you get the sweet, fresh blueberry. It's not an artificial, there's no baked note in it, it's not jammy, it just smells like fresh blueberries. The lavender is in there, sweetening it up a little bit, so you get the hint of kind of this like earthy floral from the lavender, but it's also sweet, and it just amplifies to me the blueberry that's in here. This made me think of, so it doesn't have an effervescent note to it, but it made me think of like if you get an Italian soda, so you get the sparkling water with the syrup pumps in there, and you were to ask for a blueberry lavender Italian soda, this smells how I imagine that would taste. This also made me crave like a blueberry lavender latte. Again, there's no milk in this, there's no espresso in this, but the combination between lavender and blueberry is just so perfect, and they complement each other so nicely that I was like fantasizing about having this in beverages. So beautiful. I wouldn't necessarily call this like a foodie candle, but it made me think of other beverages that I would want to consume. Really like this. Sad it doesn't have more throw. I actually am contemplating buying a second one so I can burn two at the same time to get my room full of the fragrance. Next is Honeybee Hollow. Y'all, Honeybee Hollow. This one has my heart. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, now, cold. Cold, this felt more like liquid honey, right? The kind you buy in the jar that came from something that's wildflower produced. So bees who've been flying in wildflowers and they create the honey. On warm, that amber and the honey evolve in such a beautiful way. It becomes really warm and it almost smells more like a honeycomb fragrance. It becomes very, very earthy, less sweet. The amber is not too sharp. It's just so well balanced. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous honey fragrance. The vanilla actually turns way down on warm and just becomes this like foundation for like holding the amber and honey in place. The amber and honey are a little bit sharper. That vanilla does not come through really strong. It just kind of adds like a warmth and creaminess to it. And then there's this really interesting, there's a woods, something wood in here. Yeah, the amber is amber woods. The wood note in this is phenomenal. Some of y'all aren't going to like it though. It almost smells like old wood. It's the best way I can describe it, or like a driftwood. It's not the stereotypical fragrance driftwood that can come off as cologne or perfumey. I mean like actual driftwood, like wood that is old and been baking in the sun and kind of just starting to kind of dry out. It gets that vibe. It almost smells dusty or like an attic. I think someone on Reddit said that it makes them want to read a book, or it smells like a book. I can get that too. It does almost have this feeling of like papyrus. I know that's a polarizing fragrance, and for some of you, you're going to say you smell mold or fungus or any of the other things that this doesn't actually smell like. But it does, there is like this sense of like old wood in there. So it just feels warm, woody, spacious. I don't even know how to describe it. Absolutely gorgeous. Love this one. This absolutely will be a repurchase. I don't normally like honey fragrances, but this one is so well done with the other notes in there. Highly recommend it. Okay, next one, Firefly Fields. This one's the last one. This one's still a little bit gooey because I just burnt it out. And I'm still confused by this candle on warm. Less confused, but still confused. Okay, so first of all, this one is a lower thrower. I wouldn't say it's low, but it's definitely not strong. I would say like low to mid throw on this one, especially compared to the others. I do like it a lot more on warm. I feel like it becomes less cologne-y, less perfumey on warm, and you actually have that amber. It gets toned down a little bit. It's not as sharp, and I feel like it becomes better balanced with the vanilla that's in here. I would consider this, it reminds me of like, almost like they tried to make a luxury vanilla candle fragrance, because you're getting that edible vanilla, you're getting a little bit of perfuminess from the amber, but then it's just also really well balanced, and it feels more like a perfume or a spray than it does a candle. I do like it. And actually, I mentioned in the last video that I thought this might have like a mint or eucalyptus in there. There's something in this on warm that's reminding me not of the candle, because the candle smelled completely different than the body wash, but the eucalyptus lavender body wash from Bath and Body Works. There's something in here that smells like that. It might be the eucalyptus. It might be, what's the note on there? There's like a woods note. Radiant woods. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But there's something that kind of reminds me of the like floral minty combo that's in the lavender eucalyptus body wash, not the candle, at Bath and Body Works. Yeah, so I would just consider this a luxury vanilla candle. It's going to have that inedible mixed with edible, and thankfully the cologne perfuminess really comes down on warm. I ended up liking it. I think I would rebuy this one. Not sure. I do like it. But I also just have a lot of like what feels like luxury vanilla candles around, and I don't know if I need another one. Okay, so let me give you my overall ranking. So I only bought 7 in the collection. Number 7 I did as the Ladybug Lane. That's just because it has almost no throw. I'm not a peach fan, and it's not a bad fragrance. It's just not one that I'm going to gravitate towards. I'll burn it because I own it. Won't repurchase that. Just not all that interested in it. Number 6 might be just mostly because the name, but also because I just am not a huge fan of coconut. I went with Butterfly Garden as being my 6th choice in the series of the ones I bought. Number 5, Basket of Berries. Loved the fragrance on this. It's just got some really stiff competition. Yeah, beautiful, but the other ones are just bigger winners. Let's see. Number 4, I did Firefly Fields, which you might think this would have ranked lower, but I do just really like how this warmed, and it's unique, and I kind of like that it perplexed me and that I couldn't figure it out. That's kind of enjoyable. It's rare, and I like that aspect of it. Lavender Twilight's number 3. I would have ranked this much higher if it had throw, but the lack of throw made me bump this down. I think this is, next to Honeybee Hollow, this was my favorite fragrance of the bunch. I just had to knock it down because the throw wasn't that great. Number 2, I did Frogs on Lilypads. Love the green aquatic note in this one. I also love this jar. That might be biasing my ranking. And then number 1, hands down, no question, Honeybee Hollow. I did notice last night that someone asked on the subreddit, I don't know why, Goose Creek has this labeled a bakery fragrance. This is not bakery. That's mislabeled. I don't know if that's like AI default that if you put vanilla in, it labels it as bakery. This is not a bakery fragrance, and if you're looking for a vanilla buttercream, you will be sorely disappointed. This is an amber woodsy candle with vanilla. I love it. Here for it, but not bakery. All right, y'all, that is my ranking. Tell me in the comments which ones you have, which ones you're enjoying. Are you having similar throw issues that I had? Any of these surprise you, disappoint you? Let's have a conversation. I would love to talk to you about it. If you appreciated my review, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that you want more content like this and that I should create more content like this. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for being here and joining me again today. If you are not subscribed yet and you'd like to be, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell if you want notifications of when I release new content. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you tomorrow. Until then, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.